Welcome back to my Sword of the Stars Let's Play. This is Interstellar Shadow, and we are about to enter part 3 of my Sword of the Stars 2 Let's Play. And so here we are with the load screen into the game, and as you can see, we have still the same ship there. It doesn't ever change, sadly. And here's the other empires. We have Amenophius the Holy of the Marigi Confederation flying this purple ship. We have Varish the Or of the Tarkasian Empire flying these yellow ships. I don't really like that color. We have the Hiver Expanse, which is the Hiver Empire, and they are flying this green and orange ship that looks actually pretty nice. Those are cool ships. And then the Pure of the Sulka Horde flying their Sulka Ren ships. So we're back to us, the Homa Nova Empire, and we will start. We left off in turn 10, just having completed, ordered the build of our civilian station here, and having messed with our budget a little bit. And I believe that we had done basically all the things that I wanted to do in this turn. So I'm just gonna check to see how many ships I have in reserve. The Rodney. Oh, I could make this a fleet. Grafsby. Those are supplies. Sure. Actually, we'll keep that there. What I'm going to do with these guys is I'm going to make a strike fleet to go after Peck. And just to try and whittle down on these protean pods. Because these things are annoying. And the thing about being a human is you can't really leave any system unsurveyed. Otherwise you will often be limited to where you can go. Mu. Oh, we have some good planets in Mu. We have this size 5 thing. Arai. Wester is just about to be colonized in there. Okay, I'm ending the turn. It takes a little while to load because that's how this game works. It gets worse once we get to like turn 100 or so. Okay, we have this planet ORCUS in the ORCUS system. We have ORCUS 1, which is an uninhabitable planet, and we have ORCUS 2, which is a size 5 planet with a which is habitable, but it's still very expensive to develop. Excuse me while I fix something. There you go. Now you can hear it. And so, Wester 2 has been colonized. Yay! I'm not going to mess with any of the settings. Station built. Arai Science Station. We will call it Arai Labs. Has been built. And now we go to the station manager. Here we are. We can do the automatic upgrade. And what that'll do is that'll put all the research, that'll take all the required things. So a sensor module, a dock module, and a human habitation module. And then it will choose the research module based on whatever we are researching at the time. I like that. Engineering technology is very useful at all times, so it's always good. But we also have one more research lab that we can do. So I'm going to put another sensor on because sensors are nice. And I think I'm going to go with Cybernetics Laboratory. And that'll start building modules 1 per turn. Okay. Chainor's boring, but we'll go there eventually. WAZN, also boring, but getting surveyed too. And I think that's all we really can do in this turn. Let's look at our... Okay, so we are going to make some income next turn. No, I'm not going to build anything until we finish most of those, because that way we won't go into a deficit. And now we're loading our next turn. Entering turn 12. Yay!
System update.
WAZN has been surveyed. It is an empty system, as we knew. But now there's more systems that we can get to. Marklar and LAMBDA. I'm going to send him to LAMBDA because that's the easiest for him to get to. And I'm going to go confirm and exit. And I think maybe our first survey fleet, which is right there, can survey Marklar before returning to its base. So I'll do all of that.
My fleet will map the system.
So it'll first have to, because it's in between systems, it first has to reach this system before it can actually leave. Because that's the way that this FTL drive works. You jump, the jump takes time. It's like a hyper jump, but it takes time. So first construction fleet has arrived in Altara, having finished its mission. What do I want to do with them? I think I'll just keep building some stations. I'm going to build a naval station in Gamma.
We'll get the job done,
And
Director.
that way we'll have an outpost here, and we'll put another outpost there later. And for now, we'll move. I think we don't really have anything to do, so we'll keep ending our turns. There's often a section of like you just kind of go through 10 or 15 turns without doing anything. But yes, but sometimes you still have to do stuff. So, colony self-sufficient. That means I can finish supporting it if I don't want to tie up my fleet, my colony fleet anymore, or I can continue to help it grow faster. I think, and I'll say an additional 5 turns. I think I'll do that once, and then later I'll stop. So we searched LAMBDA. Here we are, and SILVARIL is surveyable, and it's actually still in range, actually. And then there's Hyperion, also can be surveyed. So there's 2 planets there. No, there's 1 planet and an asteroid belt. Yeah, so they both have 1 planet. This will be quicker, and it's also farther away from most of our other systems, so it'll probably give us a better. I think it has a better chance of reaching other planets. Other thing that Hyperion probably gets to either Gallifrey or Ilona, and Shannon gets to the other, or there's actually a loop there, which would be nice. But who knows? So SILVARIL is our next planet. So you can see we're doing pretty well in finding everything. It's been a couple weeks since I did my last recording, so I forgot which map we did. And I now realize this is very small, so we should be seeing people relatively soon. And I don't think we have anything else to do, so I'll just continue ending turns. Yay! And here we go. Let's see. Oh, loading times. SILVARIL. Ooh, that's a nice planet. So we have SILVARIL is pretty good. Gamma Station. So Gamma Naval Station. I'm just going to call it Gamma Station because that sounds cool. Has been built, and we can go here, and we'll just do an automatic upgrade. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. This is it. automatic upgrade. So that'll build one of each of these. Confirm build order. And then I'll just max out the warehouses because we can. And they're not expensive at all. So colonization fleet has delivered additional support, and SILVARIL has been surveyed. CRYSTA and Barrack Core. CRYSTA. Let's continue just going out and surveying as much as we can.
Survey underway.
Because the more we survey, the more mobile we are. And we're continuing. So, I don't have a huge amount of time today because I have classes, but we're continuing to go. Oh, first colonization fleet for Imperator Rene. I think that's the Zool. Oh, shit. Yeah, so it seems that we're right next to the Zool, which will be entertaining because that'll mean lots of warfare. Alrighty. So here comes Zool. As you can see, they're the pure. They don't like us already. And yeah. So this is the diplomacy screen. I just came up here, and so you see there's up here there's a really important thing. Diplomacy 210 GDP. So that's our global diplomacy points. We spend those by declaring war, surprise attacks, demands, treaties, lobbying, and and then there's also something called RDP, which is racial. So if you spend twice the number of RDP in GDP, you can do the same thing. So RDP makes it a little easier. And you get more RDP is by building diplomatic stations and building sections that allow you to contact them. So then there's Marklar, which also seems to be a system owned by them. And we're currently neutral, so we won't fight them immediately, which is very nice. But eventually they'll declare war, and we will be in a spot of bother. You have made contact with the Pure Empire. Diplomatic relations are not possible, as I just showed. So, with that in mind, I think it's time to bite the bullet and build some ships. So, I'm going to build, let's see, if we have we have a command and 2 supplies, 3 ships, so we can have 4 armor ships to make an attack fleet. That'll cost $472,000 over 4 turns, and I'm okay with that. And now we have our attack fleet on the way. So that means we can either attack Peck if we don't get into war with them, or we can go straight up and attack them. And let's see. We're probably going to go into debt for this, but that's okay because we'll come out pretty soon. So let's keep going. Oh, construction fleet is inactive. Do I want to end my turn? Let's dissolve the fleet because I don't really have any use for that, and that saves money. Because I don't really feel like it's a good time to keep building stations right now when I'm spending all this money on my fleet. So we're ending the turn, and Wester 2 will just about be done shortly. And I got an email, which may have beeped on your thing, but that's not a big deal. Okay, I think I'm done colonizing that. So that'll be done shortly. Altara is still building, and so we'll leave that be. Shambella, we actually haven't surveyed that. Oops. We will shortly. So, first colonization fleet has delivered support. Construction has continued. and we're just going to keep going. And our research looks to be almost done. So now there's a chance that it will it'll go over budget, which means that it just won't be done in time. Oh, it looked like it succeeded. So we surveyed the CRYSTA system. It has a very nice, it is a size 3 planet, which is kind of small, and is basically fully developed. Well, no. It's got 18 infrastructure, so it's not really fully developed, but it looks to be relatively... Oh, no, it still has life support costs. So it was pretty good for our colonization purposes. It's only a 68 climate hazard, but each race has a different climate hazard, and for the Zool, it's not good. And so they're currently terraforming it. Okay. Early breakthrough on the research of orbital dry docks. So this will reduce the construction cost and makes it so we can retrofit ships once we research new weapons. The Pure have demanded research assistance. I don't really feel like assisting them. That probably will make us like each other less and will perhaps influence war, but I'm relatively okay with that. 13 turns for photonic torpedoes. Torpedoes are very nice, and these just fire direct fire, so it's not particularly great. Heavy planet missiles, that's a very good defensive tech. Gauss cannons. Environmental tailoring, I don't really feel that we need to do research on stuff like that yet. Industrial tech, this is like armors mostly, which I'm not really wanting. All of these command and control researches are expensive. We can do xenocolloquy, which will build diplomatic stations, or FTL economics, which will allow us to build civilian stations and star freighters. These are more industrial techs that will really lead to bigger systems and stuff. And then we have drone satellites, battle riders, combat drones, and advanced drones. I don't really want to do any of those yet. Shields, psionics, drive tech, cybernetics. Do we want to? We can do a cybernetics maybe if they're not super long term. Yes, they are. So I think I will research fusion cannons. This will allow me to. I think I can retrofit my armor ships because I think I gave them plasma cannons. No, those are expensive. We're gonna go with something simple. Let's just go with heavy planet missiles. Defense is always nice. And I'm actually out of time, and we've actually been going for 18 minutes, so I think we'll be done. Be sure to like and subscribe, or even comment, and I'll be back soon with a part 4. And also, if you have any games that you want to see, that I might actually have that game, and I could do a Let's Play of that too. So make sure you comment with any suggestions, and I will be back. Interstellar Shadow, signing off.